Review the agenda. We'll have previous minutes, students and school presentations, parent groups, open to the public, 3 minutes per speaker for no longer than 60 minutes. Doesn't look like a big crowd, so that shouldn't be an issue tonight. Superintendent's report. We'll have correspondence and board comments, the personnel agenda, consent agenda. We will not be using a second executive session, and we will adjourn the meeting. May I have a motion for previous minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes of the previous regular meeting held on April 23rd, 2013.
Second. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do we have any students or school presentations tonight? Any parent groups? Okay, open to the public. Who would like to speak?
Hi, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Beacon Teachers Association, I want to commend the district administration and our Board of Education on presenting an impressive and responsible school budget. I understand the complexity and intricacies that are involved in developing a budget that is both fiscally responsible while continuing to maintain programs for our students. The Beacon teachers, we are dedicated in promoting next year's school budget, and we will be working in the community to share the school budget information and encourage folks to come out and vote. So thank you again for all your great work. Much appreciated. Thanks.
Would anyone else like to speak? Okay, it's your turn.
Well, first I'd like to thank you, Kim. It's been such a pleasure this year to work closely with the faculty and administration in a very positive way towards our common goal of improving student achievement. So right back at you. We'd like to introduce some new people to the Board of Education this evening. As you know, we recently conducted a search to replace my friend and colleague, Dr. Barbara Walkley, whose interim assignment is done on June 30th. We advertised and received over 70 applications. We had a rigorous vetting process, and unfortunately we did not find anyone we liked. Oh no, that's not what happened. I'm sorry. Someone just had a cardiac arrest. We interviewed a handful of very qualified candidates. Did a thorough vetting process, and it was unusual this year in that we picked two finalists, and after they ran the gauntlet with Hilberg and Walkley, they had to travel to Albany to meet the new superintendent, because the new superintendent certainly wanted to have the opportunity to choose his assistant. And it was a unanimous decision that we are pleased to recommend this evening a gentleman who resides in Beacon, Mr. Brian Tim. Brian currently is the principal at Dover High School, got great reviews, and we're very pleased to recommend him. He will be starting, if the board agrees, as Assistant Superintendent for Instructional Personnel on July 1 with Dr. Dorward. Let's take a moment. Brian, would you come down and we'll introduce you to each of the board members?
Hi. Larry.
Jennifer,
Brian is, will be spending some days in the district as well, as along with Dr. Dorwood in the transitioning to prepare themselves to meet the challenges here and with great rewards at Beacon. I know that the administrators will have an opportunity to meet Brian one-on-one, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Also this evening, we are pleased to introduce our new acting assistant principal at the middle school. When Dr. Walkley and I were here in 2011, there were two individuals who were doing their administrative internship through the Bank Street College program, and one of them was a young lady by the name of Cassandra Wesser. And she has distinguished herself not only as an intern, but as an outstanding science teacher at the middle school. We had some applicants for the job. It was a tough decision, but we're pleased to introduce Cassandra this evening, and she'll be working as in this temporary acting spot until June 30th. And I'm sure during that time she will distinguish herself. Cassandra, why don't you come down and meet the board? And congratulations, Cassandra. You have a beautiful baby boy. It's girl. I'm sorry, 5 months? 6 months? 7 months.
7 months,
Okay,
yeah.
we're getting close.
Wow, 7 months and she looks like.
Brian Saltish, right now our acting principal, has done very well so far. He's been on the job a week, and the place is still standing, so that's good. But we had a conversation today. We believe we have an outstanding substitute that will try to fill Cassandra's shoes for the immediate future, and on a June 3rd meeting, we suspect we'll have a recommendation for a leave replacement for that. Also this evening, although she was unable to make it, Nicole Triazzi is going to be recommended as our new Assistant Director of Pupil Personnel Services. She comes highly recommended by Frank Mulhern, our director. Nicole has been at Beacon for a number of years, doing outstanding work as a school psychologist. And she knows our schools, she knows our students, and we're excited that Nicole will be starting in that position on August 26th. Just enough time to hit the ground running for September. So that's also a wonderful addition to the Beacon administrative team. Also this evening, we have the opportunity to recognize the outstanding work of another individual. I'm pleased to recommend to the board this evening recommending tenure to Kim Atwell. Oh, you already have tenure. Eric Romanino. No. Oh, John Sieberdy.
You made him blush.
It's no secret that Beacon High School has had its share of various principals over the years. And Dr. Sieverding has distinguished himself as an outstanding principal and instructional leader, and we're looking forward to his contributions to Beacon. Let's try to keep everybody out of trouble, and at least until June 28th, okay?
would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Hilbert, Dr. Walkley, Mrs. Quadroni, and the board for having the confidence in me that we will continue along this path. I guess I'm the first one that gets tenure and you're retired. You try that. But working with the high school staff and central administration, we have identified a number of things, and it takes time to put them into motion, and that's what we're working hard to do. And it's all about, serving the needs of the kids that are coming into the high school, and I will continue to do that. And also working, with the board to meet those objectives. So I thank you for your confidence. And if you had a chance, I will present the board. Yesterday we received an American flag that was flying over the walkway on the Hudson. I took some students. Larry went with me and his daughter. And they have a ceremony where they take the flag down. I have it in my office, and I'll present it to the board, and then I would like to hang it in the high school to buy a case for it, with your permission. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Just some upcoming events. You know what they used to say in Chicago, vote early and vote often. May 21st is the vote for next year's budget, and if you're a qualified voter, we encourage you to exercise your option to vote. We open at 7 a.m. and we close at 9 a.m.
PM.
p.m. What's my name? You mean 2 hours? You told me you were only be there for 2 hours. She said, well, I wish that were true. Our next regular scheduled meeting of the board will be June 3rd. And I believe that we're going to present the salutatory and valedictorian at that time. We're also going to have a presentation in our energy management program that works out well, so you'll see what's happening, which is a wonderful program for the district. June 17th is the last board meeting of this school year, and at that time we'll be pleased to recognize everyone who who's received tenure this year, as well as those folks that are retiring. And I understand from the board clerk that there will be cake at that meeting, so you're invited to come back for that. Last day of school for students will be Thursday the 20th of June. 21st is last day for faculty, and graduation will be Saturday morning at Dutchess Stadium. Hopefully, John has assured me that there will not be any rain. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any board comments tonight?
I just want to mention that I attended the monthly Dutchess County School Board Association meeting. The main topic at the meeting was DHIC, which the health plan that a lot of school districts are in. We are not currently utilizing DHIC, so the meeting was not as exciting for me as it was for the rest of them. They were basically looking for information from DHIC on their operations. They had a lot of questions they wanted to ask them, so that was the main purpose of the meeting. But like I said, sort of moved for Beacon District. So that was it.
Any others? Okay, I'd like to just remind everyone of the Beacon Parent Academy that will be held on May 23rd, and a second session of the same presentation on, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay, on May 29th. Each session will be held from 7 to 9 p.m. right here in our Seeger Theater, and it's an opportunity for members of our community, parents, guardians, staff, about the changes, the New York State changes in education for our children. So it is sure to be informative for all, and I'd like everyone to just be reminded of that date, May 23rd and May 29th. Invitations to parents will be going home for elementary children through their backpacks and through secondary schools through the mail, which I can say I have received. So those have gone out. But it sure will be informative night for all. Okay. Any other comments? Okay. May I have a motion for the personnel agenda?
Motion to approve the personnel agenda from A to N.
Second. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda items 13.02 through 13.15.
Second. Comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second. Comments or questions?